everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planting up this beautiful tall black container back here full of all kinds of beautiful color, and I wanted to show you guys those plants, and I'm also going to be giving you guys an update on some of the containers that we have put together in other videos in the past. So let's get started. Okay, so I brought you all in close here so you can see these plants, really see a lot of detail and things like that on them. So the first one that I'm going to be planting today, and it's going to go right in the front of this container, and I think it's going to be a really dramatic drape, is this Dichondra Silver Falls. Isn't that beautiful? I think it's going to look really nice against the black pot. It's kind of got like this icy blue foliage. I absolutely love it. So that's going to go right down the center, and then we have a Supertunia Bordeaux right there. Over here I have a Supertunia Vista Paradise. So this guy's going to get pretty big on us, and he's going to kind of go towards the middle back of the container. That way he can kind of spill over the back and be dramatic back there. On this side we have another Supertunia Bordeaux right there. And then on this side we have a Supertunia Vista Silverberry. So this one is also a Vista. It's going to get nice and big for me, and he's going to go towards the center back as well. So we're going to have two really nice big draping flowers in the back, two really nice punches of purple color that'll drape a little bit in the front, then of course the big beautiful silver falls in the front. And then in the back, for my nice big tall drama, I have a purple fountain grass, which will get nice and tall and get these beautiful bloom heads on it. And be a really nice red accent against all this green foliage. So let's get these planted. So I'm going to start with this one in the back here. I'm just going to dig a little hole for him. It's got a nice big root ball. So I filled this container full of soil, fresh potting soil, and whenever I did that, I came in with my hose and I moistened all the soil. Sometimes with fresh potting mix, which you want to use because you have, you know, your plants need all the fresh nutrients from that potting soil, but sometimes you'll have the soil doesn't get evenly moistened. You'll have pockets of dry soil. And I wanted to make sure that all of my soil was nice and moist before I got my plants in here. That way I didn't have any big pockets of dry soil that would settle or that would soak up more moisture than normal. And you don't want your soil to be soaking wet, you just want it all to be nice and evenly moist. I notice as well with potting mix, you fill up a container and you think it's really full and it's going to be just fine, and that's the perfect amount of soil, and then you put some water in there and your soil level drops drastically. So it's good to just kind of moisten that soil a little bit. I am making a mess. Moisten that soil a little bit, and then you can really see where your soil level is at. So I think these are going to be absolutely beautiful colors together. I love the softer colors like the pinks and the purples and things like that. They are my color palette. They're what I like to see in the garden. So that's what we're using this year. I like every once in a while like a punch of like a dark red, but I don't really like fiery hot red. Or fiery hot orange. I have some tulips in my front flower bed that every year that they bloom, I'm like, I'm gonna rip those things out because they just drive me nuts. They're like this really, really fiery orange, and it just doesn't go. But I haven't yet because they're still beautiful plants, and you know, so they're just there. I want to replace them with some purple tulips. I love purple tulips, and I don't have any in my garden out there yet, and so one of these days, maybe this fall, we'll see, I'll get some purple tulips in there. Put this guy in here. sure he's all secure in there, packed in real nice. Dirt all around him. Now some of these plants have grown kind of weird together, and that's just because that's where they were sitting. They were all clumped together. But they'll be fine after they get out of their space and have some room to grow. They'll even out and look just fine again. So there we go. It's all planted up. Let me back up the camera so you guys can see the full pot. And after I am done with this video, I'm going to make sure that I water this in really well. That's very important. So make sure that you water your plants after you put them in the pot or the ground or wherever. And let's back the camera up so you guys can see this. Okay, so here's the pot all done. You guys can see the Dichondra silver falls really well now. That icy blue coming down the front of the black pot I think is gorgeous. And that will bulk up and get a little bit wider, more substantial in the front. I'm probably going to trim him up because he's already almost touching the floor. He's got a few inches there. It's hard to tell on the camera, but he's got like about 2 inches left, and so I'll probably trim him up a little bit just to encourage more growth from the top of the plant. But here is all the beautiful color. I love it. I think this is going to be so beautiful as you walk up on the porch and just welcoming bright color. So let's go over here. I'll show you some of the other pots that we worked on in our latest videos. Here we have Supertunia Vista Silverberry, Supertunia Bordeaux, and Purple Fountain Grass. Down here I have a Supertunia Vista Fuchsia, I think, or Magenta. I'm not sure which one. This big guy here, he is a Caladium. I have had him for 5 or 6 years now. He's a beast. Here is the Agave from the video What Should I Plant in This Pot. He's looking awesome, doing good, growing spider webs, you know. Let's swing over this way. I will show you this pot. This pot was not done in a video, but it's just so beautiful. I wanted to show you anyway. So here's a hydrangea in the center, and then there's some Supertunia Vista Snowdrift, and then this guy, which I cannot remember the name of. I want to call it a Superbina, but I'm not sure. But they're looking beautiful. Some blooms back there. This guy actually stopped blooming on me, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. It finally just started blooming the other day again, so I'm glad it's not dying. And we'll come down here, and I will show you this pot. So I just got this pot the other day at the store, and I thought it would be a really bright punch of color right as you're coming up near the deck. And then I filled it with all kinds of beautiful stuff here. This is a vinca vine, this is lamium, and then a coleus there in the back. I absolutely love that coleus. It's like a rust color with like chartreuse, yellowy green. It's a very beautiful. It's a Proven Selections plant, but the name escapes me right now. If you guys would like to know the name, just ask me in the comments and I'll look it up and see if I can find it for you. We'll swing around this way and show you this pot that we just did in a video. It is looking so pretty. So this is Supertunia Honey, Supertunia Bordeaux, and then up front we have a Sweetheart Caroline vine, sweet potato vine, and I absolutely love this pot. It's such a bright color. It's gorgeous. And this is the last pot I'm going to show you today. I like to just give you guys updates and kind of just show you how things are doing. The Supertunia Vista Silverberry is doing great, as I knew it would. It is really bulking up and growing. And then our Supertunia Royal Velvet is growing a little slower, which again I knew it would, but it should be filling out here really soon. The Vista series of the super tunas are just a lot more vigorous and they grow a lot faster than the other super tunas. But still looking beautiful. And I wanted to give you guys an update here real quick. I know that several people asked for an update on the Arborvitaes, the Emerald Green Arborvitae, that's the name, that we had planted in a video a little over a year ago. And so here is an update on those. Here I have some heuchera, which are in their prime right now. Got their blooms coming on, looking amazing. But here's an update on those Arborvitae. They're doing really good. They're putting on some new growth, getting a little bushier, just looking beautiful. And guys, all year, all through winter, they held this beautiful green color, and I have really enjoyed them. They're really, really soft and just fluffy and exactly what I wanted for this spot. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on that. Well, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!